Joseph's brothers were pasturing their father's flock near Shechem, and Jacob grew worried because they had been gone for many days. He called Joseph, the son he deeply loved, and sent him to check on his brother's welfare. Joseph, always willing to obey, set out on the long journey from Hebron, searching until he finally found them near Dothan. But the moment his brothers saw him walking toward them, the anger they had carried for years rose to the surface. The robe of many colors that Jacob had given him shone in the sun, reminding them of their father's favoritism and of Joseph's dreams that one day they would bow to him. Filled with jealousy, they whispered among themselves, "Here comes the dreamer. This is our chance. Let's put an end to him and his dreams." Their plan grew dark quickly, but Reuben, the oldest, urged them not to take Joseph's life. Instead, he suggested they throw him into a nearby pit, secretly hoping to come back later and rescue him. So when Joseph finally reached them, tired, unsuspecting, happy just to see his brothers, they grabbed him suddenly. They ripped off his colorful robe, the symbol of his father's love, and forced him into a dry, empty pit. Joseph cried out, confused and terrified, but they turned their backs on him. As they sat down to eat, pretending nothing had happened, a caravan of Ishmaelite traders appeared in the distance, camels loaded with spices, heading down the road toward Egypt. Judah saw an opportunity and said, "What do we gain by killing our brother? Let's sell him instead. At least we will profit from it." The others agreed. They pulled Joseph up from the pit. Dusty, trembling, and helpless, he was handed over to the traders for 20 pieces of silver. The caravan continued on its journey, Joseph chained and staring back at the brothers who had betrayed him, his heart breaking as home faded behind him. When Reuben returned later and saw that the pit was empty, he tore his clothes in agony. But the rest had already planned the cover-up. They slaughtered a goat, dipped Joseph's precious robe in its blood, and took it back to Jacob. When Jacob saw it, he collapsed in grief. He cried out, convinced that his beloved son had been killed by a wild animal. He mourned deeply and refused to be comforted. Meanwhile, Joseph was carried farther and farther away, into a land he had never seen, Egypt. Though his world had fallen apart, God was still with him, shaping a destiny that none of them could yet imagine.